I am Adi Singh and welcome to my class. In this class, we would be learning about how to make an engaging, exciting, and authentic YouTube travel vlogs so that you can narrate your story in a creative way and connect with your audience. This class is for someone who has just started vlogging and is finding it difficult to find a structure, or for someone who has no idea where to even start. For the past 2 years, me and my girlfriend have been filming travel vlogs, and we have built up a community of 17,000 subscribers. And even though we have a small community unlike the big YouTubers, this is what our audience have to say about us. I've also been working as a freelance videographer since the last 4 years, and I've made all kinds of film, and it is that experience which is the core of this class. During this class, I'll teach you my entire creative process from start to finish. You will be learning what is the best vlogging setup for you according to your needs, and then I'll give you a few tips to hook your audience in first 20 seconds, which is literally considered as the most important part of your YouTube. And all these things would be according to how you would want it. So I would give you a basic example, and then you can build up your whole vlog according to your personality and your character. Because the most important part of this vlog is you, so don't forget that. And along this process of teaching, I would also give you a checklist that you can take along with you when you are at a location, when you are at a new location, and you can literally follow along with the checklist so that by end of your shoot at that particular location, you would be sure enough that you have all the shots. I would also give you a few tips on how to get better at vlogging, how to be confident in front of the camera, and how to be confident to vlog in public if you are an introvert like myself. And after that, I can give you some editing techniques what you can implement in your work process to make your vlogs more exciting and more entertaining. And after editing process, I'll give you a brief introduction to thumbnails, why they're so important, and what kind of thumbnails work and don't work when it comes to travel vlogs. And after the thumbnails, I'll show you a really easy way to upload the videos on YouTube and also do few things which everybody should be doing to rank their videos higher in YouTube search ranking. Watching this class will give you the structure, guidance, and support you need to tell your story and creative vlogs you have been looking forward to make for ages probably. And once you have finished this class, I would ask you to go out there and film a travel vlog for yourself and share with me in the project files. And then I'll give you my direct feedback on how things could have been improved, what are the things which you should have done, or what are things which you have done is really cool. So enough of talking, let's start with the class. This section is for someone who's looking into getting a new vlogging camera or who has a vlogging setup but they want to upgrade their setup. But if you are happy with your setup, I would encourage you to move to the next section. But you can also watch this section. It's a bit informative because you would know all different types of vlogging setup options you can have to make a really cool video. So the first and the most expensive type of equipment what you can use is a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. And here are a few things which you need to be keeping in mind while getting your first mirrorless camera. First thing, it should have a great autofocus because most of the time you are vlogging. So you need to be having a camera which has a good autofocus, because if you have a camera which does not have a good autofocus, it's gonna be so much trouble, so much time waste, because I have had a camera in past which had the autofocus was terrible. So the last video I shot, I just got out of focus. I hope this works. That's the only problem with this camera. You cannot really blindly trust the focus. And every time I would film, then I would look in the camera. I would like, nothing is in focus. Let's try again. And I would do same thing for 5-6 times. So it's really important to do a lot of research before buying your first mirrorless camera. And next thing you need to keep in mind, as of course, all the mirrorless cameras, they are heavy as compared to point and shoot, your phone, GoPros, but you should choose a body which is compact and easy to carry along with you. And the third thing for your mirrorless, it should have a good battery backup because you wouldn't want to carry 7 or 8 batteries throughout the whole day just to film 3 hours or 4 hours of vlog. So yeah, keep in mind that get a mirrorless camera which has a good battery backup. The last and the most tricky thing about mirrorless, choose the lenses wisely, because when I'm making my travel vlogs, I only have one lens which does all the job, because I wouldn't want to swap lenses in my hectic travel video schedule, because sometimes I'm in a chaotic place and the last thing I would want to do is to expose my sensor to outside environment and change my lenses, keep my bag, this, that. Always make sure that the focal length of the lens, is it suitable for vlogging or not. By focal length, what I mean is, this picture, it's a 14 mm focal length. And in this one, you can see that you would find everything in my background visible. You exactly know what my location is. And this is my video looks when I have a 24 mm lens. You can see that the background became a little bit tighter and there's a lots of room behind me, and you can still see a lots of background behind me. But if I move the camera up to 28 mm, then the whole frame goes a little bit tighter and it's just my face which is visible in the entire screen. And that is not really pretty when you are filming a travel vlog, because filming a travel vlog, you want to show your audience where you are, how your surroundings look like. So the lens what I have is a 24 to 70 mm lens. And with that lens, I can still zoom out all the way to 24 mm to do vlogging, and I can also zoom in all the way to 70 mm to take those zoomed in shots. You should always invest in lenses which can sort of do it all and you don't have to change lenses. And the next step to buy a mirrorless camera, get an external mic. It doesn't matter how expensive your camera is. I'm sure the audio quality would not be as good if you are not putting an external mic on the top. So this is the video test with the mic on the top of my mirrorless camera, and you would literally see the audio difference as soon as I take off the mic. So let's try that. And this is the video without the mic on the camera, and of course there's a little bit of wind. It's not super windy, so let's see how the camera mic sounds. But of course I feel like in any case you have to put the external mic on just to get the most out of the camera. So some of the pros and cons of getting a mirrorless. First thing, it is expensive. I wouldn't recommend it for beginners, but if you are really serious about travel vlogging, you can obviously buy it. Or if you want to learn videography, if you are into that sort of field, and if you're confident enough that you would be using it, then I would really encourage to go for it. But if you're someone who's just doing it for a hobby, or if you're someone just doing it for fun, just want to try out travel vlogs, I wouldn't recommend a mirrorless camera. And it's not just the camera body, the lens, the mic, they're all gonna cost you fortunes. So yeah, so you have to be mentally prepared that you're gonna spend a lot of money if you're getting a mirrorless camera. And let's now move on to point and shoot camera. So while buying a point and shoot cameras, it should have the same properties as good autofocus, good battery backup, and also same with mirrorless. Get the cameras which has a flip screen, because if you have a flip screen, you can always see yourself if you're in the frame, if you're in the focus, because you cannot change the lenses in point and shoot. You should buy the camera which has sort of vlog friendly focal length, I would say. So the lower end of focal length should be somewhere between 14 to 24. Not more than that. And most of the point and shoot, they come within that range. And also one thing you need to keep in mind while getting a point and shoot is that check if you can connect an external mic with your camera. Because when I got my point and shoot, I couldn't connect an external mic. So you have to really keep in mind. Because the point and shoots, their mic is pretty good, but when it's super windy, it's not that much fun to listen to the audio again when you're at your home. So some of the pros of point and shoot, it's super compact as compared to a mirrorless camera, but the quality is not as good as a mirrorless camera. But if you're a beginner, it would still do an amazing job. And the next one is GoPro. GoPro is really good for someone who is into adventure sports and also for someone who is into vlogging. But also with GoPro, you need to get an external mic. Because the mics from GoPros, they are not the best. They work kind of good in a normal environment, but if you are outdoors and if it's super windy, if you're on a beach, it's just not that fun to listen to GoPro's audio. And the next one is vlogging from phone. That's where future is going, because nowadays there are so many crazy smartphones coming out that some of them, their quality is even so much better than so many mirrorless camera. So if you are thinking of investing into a good smartphone and also you are a vlogger, I would say go for it and do not spend your money buying another camera. And with phone, if you're a beginner, it's just as easy as it gets to film. Just take out your phone anywhere and film. So, and it's not even complicated at all. You just need to watch maybe 1 or 2 tutorials. What is the best setting you should film, and it's just life is just so much easier. That's all I can say. And for smartphone as well, same thing. I would encourage you to get an external mic setup. So in this section, I would talk about the theme of your travel vlog. So now you would tell me that the theme of the vlog is that I am, say, going to Paris. So that's the theme. But I think that that's kind of more sort of a generalized term. So the theme of a travel vlog can be 24 hours in New York, our first time in Milan, exploring the most touristic place, or exploring the least touristic place, or food tour in Italy. So this is sort of not like a generalized statement. It is sort of more towards a specific niche. And it's also kind of interesting because a theme can help you structure the whole vlog. So if you are, say, doing 24 hours in Milan, then you can sequence the vlog from starting since the morning, afternoon, and evening. So yeah, it's really important to have a theme for your vlog rather than just exploring Venice. Or the new trend, what it is going on right now is, say, Venice, is it worth the hype? And then you can vlog in Venice according to getting an answer of that question, that is it worth the hype? And then you can talk to your audience throughout the whole vlog. Okay guys, I don't think this is really cool. It's just super overrated. So you also have something to say, if that makes sense. And you also have a little bit of direction that where this whole video is going, rather than you just walking around in different places and it's just a normal casual vlog, you know. And according to that theme, you can pre-plan your videos. Pre-planning. I would 100% recommend to do some sort of pre-planning before you're going to film a travel vlog at a specific place. With pre-planning, you can get to know so much information, and then you also have a bit of idea of what to talk in the video about the place. Because if you do a Google research about a little bit of history, or what is currently going on in a specific city, or what are the best tourist spots to go around that city, and a bit more information about that, so then you have at least something to say in the video about that place. And you can also watch other YouTube videos and get some inspiration of how they film their videos. And if you like a certain style, you can film according to that. Or you can also get a bit of idea of choosing the theme if you're doing some sort of research before going to the place. And because of pre-planning, you would also know what is the best time to film particular places. Because some places can look really good in the morning, some places might have a best sunset, so you can plan those two places you can already reserve your spots from morning and evening, and in the afternoon, maybe you can visit those places which doesn't really require any sort of sunlight or sunset. So what we usually do, in the morning we would go to places which has nice sunrise, and in the evening we would obviously go to places with night sunset or evening lights, and in the afternoon we would do all sort of indoor activities like going to museum, visiting shopping malls. So if you're exploring a city. So in this section, we'll talk about how you can structure your vlog so that the audience would watch your videos until the end. And each step, what I would tell you, they are really important. So if you are someone like me who forgets things really fast, I would encourage you to get a notebook and just write down a few important tips what I'm gonna say. Or you can just watch the classes again and again. So the structure of a travel vlog can be very subjective. There's no proven fact that if you vlog like this, you would get views, or if you vlog like this video would go viral. But there are a few things which you need to keep in mind while filming and editing your travel vlogs so that it has more chances of getting more views, and then it also has a good audience retention rate, which is also really important with YouTube. So the first thing what I'm gonna talk about is the hook. So the hook of the video is literally the first 15 to 25 seconds of a travel video. And you have to show in that 25 seconds to your audience this video, what they're gonna watch for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. It's worth their time. How you can make a hook interesting so that your audience are hooked up to the video, this is how you do it. So with the first 15 to 20 seconds, what we do with our videos is we show the best clips from our videos or our best reaction in those short time. So it's like a little trailer, so our audience already know what is coming in, so then they're also excited for that. And also, I am a videographer, So I can also show off my video skills in those 20 seconds. So if someone is new to my channel, they would know that, okay, this looks like a good quality video and I'm gonna watch this, and all these places. So yeah, let's watch the video. Because if even the first 10 seconds is a little bit boring, your audience are gonna shut off and they would move to the next video, because there's tons of videos on a specific place. So yeah, always make sure to keep a hook in the video. And some of the examples of hooks are, I can show you from my video. So that's example number 1. This is both of our first time in Bali. I think this is the best pasta I've ever had.
Oh, these are the gondolas, which are Venice is really famous for. Let's go here.
So you see, I'm sort of giving a lot of video effects and showing exactly what we had in our thumbnail. So, and that also builds a little bit of trust between the audience and the creator, because sometimes what happens is that you would see the thumbnail in the best quality possible, and then someone starts a video and it's just boring. So that's why the hook sort of backs up your thumbnail. Then there's a build of trust between you and your audience, is that you sort of didn't clickbaited them, if that makes sense. And one more example of hook can be this one. This is 1st of January 2022 in the Netherlands, and I didn't know how crazy the Dutch New Year would be. So let's go. Welcome to Let's Meet Abroad. We are Adi and Mira, and we live in the Netherlands. It is my second year in the Netherlands, and this year we decided to celebrate the New Year's in the traditional Dutch style. So join us on this adventure while we explore the crazy way Dutchies celebrate their New Year's. So yeah, you see, though both the hooks are a little bit different than each other, but they exactly show what your audience are gonna watch in the next 15-20 minutes. And I would encourage all of you to at least put a little bit of hook in the beginning. And you don't have to be a videographer to make a little bit of highlight sequence of the whole video. If you're doing something funny in the video, or if you saw something unique, or if you saw something different, you can just stack all those clips, the 1-2 second clips in the beginning, and then that becomes a hook for your audience. And sometimes we also like to give a bit of introduction in our videos. So in that video, this is how the hook looks like. Welcome to Let's Meet Abroad. We are Adi and Mira. This year, we went on a road trip across Europe. After our adventures in Switzerland and France, we headed to Italy. And because we love mountains, we spent a full week in the Italian Dolomites. And of course, we couldn't skip the most famous and hyped destination in this area. In this video, we take you to the 2 best known places in the Dolomites, which you probably already know from the pictures. These are the Drisinen, also known as the Tre Cime di Lavaredo, and the Praxavilsi, also called Lago di Braies. Good morning, everyone. Because we are always getting new subscribers and new viewers, so it's good for them to know about us, who we are, what do we do, where are we from, and what is this video about. So it also sort of gives a more sort of narrative. There would be hundreds of viewers on your YouTube, so that also gives you a chance to introduce yourself to all the new people, so that maybe they can become your subscriber later on. So I hope that the hook section is clear to you. After that, what I would say is that first 2-3 minutes is also really important for the video, because that's gonna back up what you have showed in the hook. So if someone has already watched the video for, say, maybe 2 or 3 seconds, 2 or 3 minutes, there is more chances that they would watch the other half of the video as well. So first 2-3 minutes is also really important, and you have to make them really interesting. Even if there's a little bit of boring clips, you have to take it out. And how you can make those 2-3 minutes interesting and the entire vlog interesting, I'll discuss few techniques which you can implement. So yeah, make sure to take notes. The first tip is to put B-rolls on top of a video where you're talking for maybe 20 seconds or longer. So what is B-roll? B-roll is just videos of a place which could either be in a normal speed or a slow motion. It's just a bit of a cinematic video of that place which you can put on top of the section where you're talking. I know it might not be clear, but I'll show you a couple of examples so then it's more clear to you.
In our back we see the most beautiful spot for Milano, I think.
Duomo
di Milano.
Duomo di Milano. And we are here early morning to avoid the crowd, but the city has still woken up. There's so many things going on around us. And we'll take you to some more amazing places in Milan.
And we will go to the best food spots in Milan, because they say Milan is the place to get good Italian food. But our levels are already pretty high because we are in Italy already for some weeks.
Yeah.
So let's see if Milan can beat the rest of Italy.
So let's start the video. Coming to a Christmas market here, there are so many food options, so many food, dessert and all different types of cuisines here. And first place where we are going,
yeah, I have no clue.
I'm explaining about something or I'm talking about something. And as I'm talking, I am sort of already showing them what am I talking about. It's doing two things. First thing, it's making the video interesting. And second, it's also saving the time of your audience. Because what usually beginners do is they would talk about something and then after that they would show the same thing. So it's kind of a bit of repetitive, and that's what makes people a bit bored, and then they're like, oh, it's kind of repetitive, you know, and it's not interesting at all. So if you're talking for more than 15 to 20 seconds, make sure to put these little clips on top of the video of whatever things you're talking about. And the second tip, if you are at a place, say for example, if you're at a place, if you're going from one activity to the other, it's good to put some B-rolls even for 10 seconds in between those two different activities. I'll show you one of the examples of my Christmas video. So activity 1, we are sort of on this fun ride, you know, it's really crazy, it's going really fast. And then activity 2, what we are doing is we are going on this slow, big sort of the thing which goes round. I totally forgot the name, but this one. So these two activities, what we are doing. Once I am done doing this, I am putting like say 3-4 B-roll clips, and then I go to activity B. We survived this, and now it's time for another adventure. So our next adventure is on this thing.
The one we were in before, that was already really high, but then I looked to this one and this one is so much higher. So
and now it's perfect light, so we also see Eiffel Tower from there. This video is about Christmas in Paris. So once we are doing sort of that activity, the audience are sort of engaged with our excitement, and they're also feeling that they're on the ride with us. And after that, I want to remind them we are still in a Christmas market and it's still a Christmas vibe. So I change the music and go into Christmas vibe, and then I show them another activity which is in the big the round thing. So if that makes sense. So always make sure that you're putting say maybe 2 or 3 video clips while going from one place to other. Because if I don't put those B-roll clips, the whole sequence might look a little bit jittery. We survived this, and now it's time for another adventure. The adventure is on this thing. To see from example, which one would you prefer? Let me know in the comments what you think. So next tip is show your experiences super raw and super real, because it's not a TV show or it's not a Netflix series. It's a vlog, and there's a reason why people watch YouTube vlogs, because everything is just more real and more personal. So I would also recommend to keep it that way, because a lot of times I see, especially videographers, they put a lot of B-rolls and they are showing a lot of places around us, but they're not really filming them. So because your audience want to show your experience in that place. So always make sure that, for example, if something funny happens or if someone cracks a joke, show your reaction, show the person who's with you, show their reaction. I'll give you a little example of this. just a background story. We went to Paris last month and I haven't seen Eiffel Tower in my life. So we wanted to film that reaction when I saw the Eiffel Tower for the first time, and this is how the video looked like. This is it, this is the moment, so let's go check out the Eiffel Tower.
You do know where it is,
Is it
right?
just over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, stay.
Is it still there behind me?
I think it's behind you, yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you do have to wear some glasses.
Is it super big?
Yeah, a little bit.
Whoa! Oh my god, it's already here.
There!
Should we go more closer?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So as you can see, I mean, there could be a different way I could have filmed this. It's to show a super cool slow motion when I'm walking towards the Eiffel Tower and I'm sort of doing backflips and this and that. But nowadays, the more authentic you are in front of the camera, that's what people like. Because those times are gone where people are doing shirtless backflips and going in the waterfall and jumping off the cliff. It has become too mainstream. Now the thing which is cool is authenticity. So yeah, that's why we decided to put that clip, because it just shows my real reaction, and that also gives me a chance to connect to my audience, because some people would react exactly like that, so they would see themselves. That's why it's really important to keep things really real and keep your experience super real. And the next tip, especially for beginners, I am also guilty of doing this. Show yourself a little bit more than too much of a location. Because sometimes what new vloggers they do is that they're a bit of shy to vlog in public. So they are sort of just holding the camera like this and they're sort of panning, left to right, or just showing their surroundings and not sort of filming them. Your audience wants to see you in that place because they can see a million different videos about that place, But to connect to your audience, it's really important to put yourself in the frame as well. But also make sure that do not put yourself the whole time, because it's also, you have to keep a balance between how is your reaction and how are you fitting in that environment, and also show a bit of environment around you as well. They want to have a whole idea of how you look like in that whole environment and how your surroundings also look like. If you see in movies, that's what they do as well. They would film the actors, but then they're also filming the surroundings, how the surrounding is according to that. So yeah, these things are really important to keep a balance of you being in front of the camera. And the next tip to make your first 2 to 3 minutes engaging and exciting is always change the music according to the theme. I'll give you an example. Guys, and if you're coming to a Christmas, so good. Oh my god, this is, oh my god.
It's so long time ago I did.
We survived this, and now it's time for another adventure. So we also see Eiffel Tower from there.
It's so romantic. It's really nice to go on this one.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
So you see, there are all different kinds of segments in that video. The thing what beginners they do is that they would find one song and they're gonna put that song throughout the entire video, and that is the least thing you should be doing, because then the whole thing becomes really repetitive and your audience would start to get bored. So yeah, that's why it's really important to change the songs every 1 or 2 minutes if you are putting any background music in the videos. So yeah, really keep that in mind, because these little things would separate you from other travel vloggers or other people who are not watching this class. And also change the cuts according to the music. So if you have obviously the slow paced music, in that section the video is going a little bit slower, but then something happens, you have put a fast paced music, so now sort of the cuts are a bit different. So it's like every time it's a different experience for your audience. It's like a roller coaster of experience, and they're gonna enjoy it, and that's what would want them to watch more and more and more. And that's how they would end up watching the whole video and they wouldn't even realize that the video is finished. Keep the video in sync. So say for example, if you are going from place A to place B to place C and place D in the entire day, do not put, say, morning shots in the beginning and then night shots and then morning shots again. And if you are doing it that way, you need to sort of explain to your audience why you have put it this way. Or you can just put like, say, 10 hours later or 10 hours before, things like that, so that your audience are going with you throughout that whole day. Because if you're putting like different sort of scenarios one after other and which has no relation to each other, it would just turn off your audience, because they would reach a point where they would have no idea what is going on. And that's why if you are watching any YouTube videos, you are so much stuck to that story, because everything is in a sync, everything is in chronological order. I'll give you one example so it's more clear to you. So we went to Venice, I think 3 months ago, and we had one day with us to explore Venice, or I think maybe 2 days, but yeah, doesn't matter. I'm just talking about one whole day, what we did from morning to evening. So morning, we went to the city, explored the place, and then the plan was to come back to our guest house, which was a little bit away from Venice, and then go in the evening again. But our evening clothes would be a little bit different. So instead of putting both the things together one after other, I sort of also filmed the transition period, which was when we went to the guest house. Then we talked a little bit about hotel as well, and then I'm sort of showing the audience that, okay, I'm going to Venice again. So it's like a whole story, you know, because if you just put like this, then it just looks like a highlight reel of your travel experience, and it just wouldn't make sense to audience, and you wouldn't connect to them personally, because it would just look like a beautiful commercial of a place rather than an entire film. So we just came to our little cabin here not in Venice, a little bit further away from Venice, and this is where we're staying. So we just came here. We thought that we're gonna go in the evening.
So here we are at the bus station, waiting for the bus. We were on time and the bus is already 10 minutes late. Got the bus tickets ready, and now we're afraid we might come too late for our special dinner place tonight.
Welcome to Italy.
Yeah, I guess so.
So what's happening, Mira?
We are trying to get on time to that place if it's open, because
that's why it's really important to film everything in chronological order. And if it doesn't happen that way, it's good to give explanation to your audience so that they totally understand what happened and what's going on. And also, as I said before, if you're going from one place to other, or if you are sort of going from one day to day 2, it's good to film the transition shots. So I'll give you a little bit of example. So if you see this, I'm going from place A to place B, so I put a transition shot. Or say, for example, if you went to a city and if you're going there for 2 days, so it's good to sort of end the day 1 and then start day 2 separately, so your audience know exactly that, okay, now it's end of the day and now I'm gonna see there another morning. And tomorrow we have a really big day planned, because they say that Switzerland is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. So we're gonna take you guys to a viewpoint where we can see the real beauty of Switzerland. So
stay tuned.
to make it easier, what I do is that if it's like end of the day, I would have a shot in my head that I would film, and then I would sort of dim the screen slowly so people know that, yeah, it's night. And then in the morning, I would take like a morning time lapse or just a morning B-roll to my audience to know that, okay, this is morning and this is how my morning is. This is how cool it looks. Or if you're a coffee lover, you can just put a coffee B-roll in the beginning, and that would already just give more information to your audience that, yeah, okay, now it's morning. So yeah, these things are just to give more information to your audience and sort of take them with you on your journey. And one last tip to make your videos interesting is always take out your camera if something funny or if something interesting happens. So I'll give you a couple of examples. We did like a little road trip literally on our day 1, our car broke down. And filming that thing was the last thing we would ever wanted, but we just filmed it because we knew that it's going to be a cool story in the video, because those are the things which sort of connects you to your audience. Because if you are in that funny situation, your audience sort of starts to know more about you, you know. It's sometimes, because travel vlog is not just about the place, it's also about the person who's exploring that place. This is all our stuff.
All of the stuff.
So now we are basically living out of a tent.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the few tips what you can implement in your videos, and at least for first 2-3 minutes, you should must apply these tips to make the video more interesting. So in this section, I'm gonna teach you how to film and what to film at a location, because as a travel vlogger who has just started vlogging, it could be a little bit overwhelming if you go to a certain location and there's so many things going on around you and you have no idea where to start and what to film. So the first thing you should be filming is even before going to the location, which is your journey from wherever your hotel, your campsite, your Airbnb, wherever you're staying, from there to the destination. I mean, it's totally okay to start a vlog at the location, but if you could also film your journey from your place to the location, that's also sort of builds a little bit of excitement in your audience, because you've already shown in your hook part that how cool that place looks. So now your audience would be super eager for you to get there as soon as possible. So it can be really cool that you film your journey from morning or from whatever time of you going to that place. Today we're gonna go to Draisinen, and after that we're gonna go to Lago de Brais. But before that we have to put all these things in the car. So let's get it done.
Good morning.
Morning.
And just when you reach there, I would encourage you to vlog as soon as possible, because that might be the first time you are in that location or you are at that place. So it can be cool if you can show your reaction and how do you feel when you are at that place. And then next one, take as many B-rolls as possible, because you can use these B-rolls for the hook. You can use these B-rolls when you are talking for 20 seconds or longer, and you can use these B-rolls as the transition clips when you are moving from one place to other. So it's really important to take as many B-rolls as possible. And if you want to know more about B-rolls, I've made an entire class where you can learn how to take cinematic B-rolls or how to film a cinematic video. And in those videos, you can learn everything about how to take a cool slow motion video or even a normal pace video. And the next tip is remember to film everything what you do at the location. So say if you reach to a location or you're having food, it's cool to film that. It's also cool to film that you're looking for some place and when you're having the food, and if it's a place like say Italy, France, or some place, or India or Middle East, wherever, which is known for its food, it's good to film food, of course. So it's also really important to film whatever you're doing at the location. So even if you don't put that in the final edit, at least you have the option of putting those clips. And then the most important part, which beginner vloggers forget, and even I used to forget and I'm guilty of that, is to take thumbnails at a location. So thumbnail is the most important part of a travel video, because it doesn't matter how many hours you have put in filming and editing the video. If the thumbnail is not catchy, nobody would click on that. So it makes sense to have a good thumbnail. Say for example in Paris or in Italy, we already knew beforehand that this is how we want our thumbnail to be. So we would really remember to take photos at that location. So yeah, this is the mistake what everybody does, is that they wouldn't take any photos for the thumbnail, and then later on they would just use the clips from the video as the thumbnail. That just looks terrible. So these are little things what you can do in your travel vlogs to really take your game to the next level. And then once you're at that place and you want to go to some other place, you can already show in the video that, okay guys, so now we are done exploring here and it was really beautiful And now it's time to go to somewhere special, or now it's time to go to somewhere which you guys might love. So, so you don't really have to say this thing, but I hope it gives you an idea that it's good to give a conclusion of that place and sort of end point at that place, that your audience knows that, okay, now I think they're moving from that place to a different place. And you can already give a bit of hint of where you're going next, because that's going to help your audience to keep watching the video because they would want to see the next place as well.
And we will do a little dessert food tour after we went to that place. Because we saw all these little like cookies and thingies, and we tried the cannelloni this morning and it was so good. So now we want to try more of the sweet stuff here.
Because if they watched your video until the place A, they are more likely to watch the further video if you tell them already that next place is where you're going. And it's cool to put some transition clips between the videos because it would just look really abrupt. Okay guys, I'm going from here, and next place we're going here, and next clip is, okay guys, we are here. You know what I mean? So it's good to put some clips in between, and here is an example of that. So we just finished our dinner and now we're going to the next city or town, which is called Manarola. And from the photos, they look the most beautiful. So we are really curious to see if the hype is up to the expectations and it's too bright. So we just went to the lookout point. It was super packed, but then we have found a sea. So if you see these two places, if I would have put those two places back to back without any B-roll in between, this is how the video would look. And from the photos, they look the most beautiful. So we are really curious to see if the hype is up to the expectations. So we just went to the lookout point. It was super packed, but then we have found a sea. So you see how abrupt it looks? So that's why it's really cool, and it's really important to film as many B-rolls as you want, because later on you can just fill up all the black holes in the video while editing with those B-rolls. But also those B-rolls, it shouldn't be too long, because if it's too long, then you are sort of testing the patience of your audience, and some of your audience might not be that patient. So yeah, usually what I do, I put like 4 or 5 clips maximum, say 10 seconds max, 10 to 12 seconds max, if it's something really ordinary. But obviously if I'm showing something massive, or if I'm showing something which is crazy beautiful and which you cannot cover in 10-15 seconds, then obviously you can go longer. But if it's an ordinary B-roll, it's good to just put it for 10 to 12 seconds. And tips about filming at location, as I mentioned earlier, always remember to film the end of the day and the beginning of the day. Those are things what you should be filming at a location or throughout the entire day. And I would also put this checklist in the resource file so that you can take it with you or in your smartphone. So when you are at the location, you know, okay, going to the location tick, thumbnail tick, ending shot tick. So by end of the day, you would be so satisfied with your filming because you would exactly know that you have enough clips to make a cool video out of it. One thing a lot of beginner vloggers, they struggle with is how to be confident in front of camera. That's tricky. I totally get it. I have been there, and sometimes I also feel like not vlogging at a particular place, or sometimes I also feel shy. It's totally normal. So how you can avoid that and how to start from scratch. The first thing you should be doing if you're a total beginner is to just practice yourself talking in front of the camera. When I just started vlogging, what I used to do to get better in front of the camera is I would sit at home, sit in my room every evening, and I would just talk to the camera about how my day went. In the beginning, it was really weird because you're talking to this equipment, you know, and there's no feedback from that equipment. But later on, you sort of get used to that whole thing, you know, of talking to the camera. As you're vlogging more and more and putting the videos out there more and more, your audience would also be growing, you know, so then you would also know that who's watching your videos. So every time when you have a camera in front of you, you know exactly who you are talking to. It sort of makes things less awkward because you kind of know who your audience is. Or even if your family members are watching these videos, you can sort of talk as if you are taking your family member on a tour with you. You can talk as if when you do a video call to your family member if you are at a really beautiful location. So yeah, first thing, practice a lot, because without practice you wouldn't be able to express yourself. That's why we have to practice a lot and make our brains think that it's actually, I'm talking to actually one of my family members, one of my best friends, one of the person who is consistently watching my videos. There are a few tips that I would give you to talk better in front of the camera. Say for example, because you are not confident enough, you're not open enough in front of your camera, you're sort of talking in a really robotic way, as if you're sort of reading a script, and your audience would pick that up. Your audience would for sure pick that up. If you are a bit more expressive and how you talk, say for example, if I'm talking this sentence and if something is really important, I'm sort of emphasizing on that word, so it literally feels like I'm talking to a person. I'm not just talking to a computer. So it's good to give some expression, and the more expression you give, the more your audience would feel connected to you, because they would literally feel that you are talking to them like one-on-one. So yeah, that's why it's really important to sort of change your tone while you're talking, so it doesn't look like you're just reading a script. And beginner vloggers mistake number, I don't know what number it is, but I have done this before. If my camera has a flip screen, I'm always watching on the flip screen rather than the lens. And it just looks so weird, because if I watch on my screen, this is how it looks, so I'm not even, it just looks weird, like you wouldn't even feel like I'm talking to you. So that's why it's really important to look at the lens the whole time. You can check yourself if you're in the frame, if you're looking good and everything before you start the actual vlog. So really important, focus on the lens. Treat your lens as your friend. These are literally little things. If you can put these things in your vlog, and if some random person is watching your videos, they would literally feel that, man, this guy is a professional, or this guy or girl is a professional vlogger, And next thing, vlogging in public. Oh, this is a nightmare. If you have a friend who's willing to come along with you when you're vlogging, it's cool to go with other people. It's cool to vlog with other people in public. That's gonna give you a little bit more confidence, and it would feel a little bit less awkward. And the more you do that, the more you sort of get confident while vlogging in public. And also I would say start with just going in your neighborhood and just taking out the camera and talking something. Even if there's one or two person, just keep vlogging so that sort of builds up your confidence, And then when you're actually going to travel and when it's crazy packed there, you wouldn't feel that awkward. So just about practice. The more you put yourself out there, the more you're sort of getting your camera out and vlogging, the more it's going to be easier. You literally have to trust me on this. The more practice you do, the more it's going to be easier. But for a beginner, it's always easier when you are with a friend. For example, if I'm vlogging with my girlfriend, it's always easier for me vlog then rather than me vlogging in a super awkward environment where there are so many people watching me. But then also I have reached to this place where it's kind of like my work, so I am sort of working. So why would I let that person who I don't even know affect my work, if that makes sense? So that's why the more you vlog, you're gonna reach to this level where you would literally treat it so professional that you wouldn't even bother people being around you or making fun of you or doing a thumbs up or doing hi or so. These are the few tips what I would give you so that you can be confident in front of the camera. I also use voiceover to make my story go a bit quicker, to make it go a bit more interesting. Or at some places, if I couldn't talk, or sometimes if I forgot to talk something, I do all of those things in voiceover. And it also can be really handy for newcomers. You can also use voiceover as a tool to convey the story, what you wanted to say at that time. But it's good not to rely too much on voiceover, but you should also know this technique so that if in future, if you forgot something to tell, or if you're going from place A to place B and if you forgot to tell, so you can just give more information to your audience by doing voiceover. In this room, I'll show you what I've done. See, there's so many these things what I've got from Amazon. And then I have a carpet. Yep. So these are some of the foam panels I got from Amazon, but you can also just use blankets, pillow, anything which sort of absorbs sound so that your voice is not too much echo. So yeah, that's gonna give a really crisp voice, and it doesn't matter if you have a super high professional mic or even if you have a normal mic. It's still gonna sound pretty good. You have to trust me. Just take care of the echo. And after that, you can edit all the voices in a software called Audacity. It's a totally free software. And you can find so many videos online of how can you make your audio sound better in Audacity. So after voiceover, we are reaching to do's and don'ts of vlogging. So whenever you're vlogging, make sure to keep your camera steady, even if you are talking to the camera or if you're taking a B-roll, because nobody wants to see your jittery footage. So always make sure to keep your camera steady. And the thing with vloggers is that sometimes we are walking and holding our camera and talking. If your camera does not have a good stabilization, the whole video it's gonna look super jittery. So I would encourage you to stand somewhere and then vlog rather than walking and vlogging. It would just annoy the audience so much. So these small things, you have to take care of it so that your vlog looks beautiful. And also, do not keep your face super close to the camera. You have to sort of stretch your arms all the way so that your audience can see what's behind you. Because if you're literally just here, they're all gonna see your face. And the whole point of travel vlog is to show your experience in that entire place. Next one, if you have a mini tripod or a big tripod, make use of that one as much as possible rather than just vlogging. So it just gives a different perspective to your audience, and you can you have more flexibility because then both of your arms are free and you can express yourself so much with those. So yeah, it's good to sometimes use the tripods for your vlogging. A lot of vloggers do. And yeah, it's also really good to invest in tripods. And this one is a little bit tricky. So every time when you're vlogging, do not talk anything about camera or vlogging or setting up the tripod. I used to do that before because your audience it's like watching a movie and then at the same time you're also watching the behind the scenes. So you say, for example, if you're watching a horror movie and then you see a little bit of behind the scenes, then all the fear what you had while watching the horror movie, it's gone, because then you think that, oh, it's not real and this is real, So that's why you shouldn't show too much the behind the scenes of your camera or tripod, this, that, because your audience, he or she might not be a vlogger, he or she would be a normal person who's just experiencing this stuff with you. And they don't even realize that this is a person who's filming them. They would get into this zone that you are just a person and you are sort of traveling together and visiting all the places together. But as soon as you show a camera or tripod, then they would have this feeling that, oh, it was just a video, So I hope that makes sense. And the next one, if you're talking to a person, try not to point the camera to them. It's good to bring both of you in the frame, because if you pan the camera to a person and they're not too confident in vlogging, it just might look really awkward. So it's good for you both to be in the frame so they are a bit confident. So these were the few do's and don'ts of vlogging. And now let's move on to the editing part. So I'm going to give you a few tips which you can implement in your editing workflow to make your vlogs more exciting. So let's move on to the section. So while editing, the most important thing, keep the video as short as possible. Your goal shouldn't be to make the video as long as possible. Cut the extra part which you think that it's not that interesting or it's a little bit boring. Cut it out, because you want to show something different to your audience and something not which is usual. But if you find in your clips that some clips were boring or some activities what I did, it was a little bit weird or it just didn't fit the story, get rid of it. Always, story is the king, and anything which supports the story should be in the video. And anything, even if it's a single clip or even if a group of 10 clips, if they do not support the story, you have to kill the darlings and get rid of them. And that's gonna make your vlog short, exciting, and entertaining for your audience. It doesn't matter if it took you so long to take that vlog, or it doesn't matter you had to carry all your camera gear, all your heavy camera gear through to that place. Doesn't fit the story, it's not going in the vlog. That's my rule, and I think you should also implement that. And the next one is music. Music is the most important part of making any video, because with music you can change emotion of your audience. That's why I was telling you in the beginning is that do not keep a single track for the entire video. Keep changing the music, and always keep the music as authentic as possible. Because when I was in Italy, I would just type Italian songs in my playlist. I usually download music from MusicBed or Epidemic Sound. They have like a paid subscription, and you can get non-copyrighted music from them. And I would sort of type Italy, and then all the sort of Italian types music would come, and then I would put that in the video, and then it literally sort of supports my whole visual experience, because then I'm sort of showing Italy, and then I'm also putting the Italian music in the background, so my whole audience would get into this whole vibe that they're also traveling with me. If I put like a jazz music, or if I put a rock music in that video, the feeling would be completely different, or I don't even know if there would be any feeling or no. So yeah, that's why music is the most important, and I spent like hours and hours finding proper music. And the more you vlog, the more you are gonna get better at finding music for your videos. And sometimes now it happens with me is that when I'm at the location, I exactly know what kind of music I would put in the video, and according to that I take all my shots. So yeah, the more you would do, this whole process would get easier. All you need to do is to just start. And this one is also a really important tip. I have seen also professional vloggers sometimes messing this up. So of course music is important, but when you're talking something in the camera, or when someone else is talking something in the camera which you want your audience to hear, always make sure to put the volume of the music down. Because sometimes if you have a music in which there are vocals, it's sort of gonna interfere with the vocals of you or of the person who wants to talk in the video. So most of the time I'm using music which is like just a background music. There's not many vocals. But if I'm using vocals, or even if I'm just using any music, if I am talking in front of the camera, if I'm talking, I put the music really low, or I just get rid of the music during that time, because what am I talking is the most important part of that vlog that time. So that's why I think that my audience should hear that clearly instead of the music annoying in the background. So yeah, keep the music low if someone is talking, or just eliminate the music. And also, I usually edit on like a Sony noise cancellation headphones. So what that headphone does is that if I'm putting any sound effects, or if I'm putting any sort of music, or if I'm putting any vocals, it's really good at sort of making me hear even the minor sound effects. But when I export that video and put it on YouTube, and if people are watching on their phone, which has like a normal speaker, then you cannot hear any of the sound effects. So I did so much work by putting all the sound effects and changing all the volumes and stuff. And then when people are watching in their phone, they cannot hear anything. So that's why it's really important that if you have a nice headphones, it's obviously good to edit the videos with nice, good quality headphones. Even if you have it doesn't matter. But good headphones. But when you're exporting the video, you can sort of listen to that in different speakers. So after I am done editing, I would listen to that on my laptop. Then I would also export that in my phone and listen there. And then I would see, because most of your audience would be watching the video on the phone. So yeah, that's why it's really important to check on all the devices if the audio, if the video, if all the sound effects, what you put is audible or no. So yeah, these are little extra things that you need to do to become better at vlogging and making cool travel videos. And of course, sound effects, this takes a lot of time, but it's really important. So this is the drone clip. Obviously drones, they don't capture any audio. So this is the video with sound effect, and you see how cool it sounds. It literally sounds like the audio from that place. You can find these sound effects in Epidemic Sound, what I use, or you can also find these sound effects just on YouTube. There are so many free channels which provide you free sound effects of all different types of plays. So yeah, make sure to check them out and put all those sound effects in the video if you don't have nice quality sound from that particular place. And the next one is L cut and a J cut. This is what an L cut looks like. 200 of those items. And a typical city in Maldives, it looks like this. $200 of those items. And a typical city in Maldives, it looks like this. This is what a J-cut looks like. But most of us know Maldives because of its exotic resort. So you see the difference? Even before I came in the screen, I have already started talking. And then people see me talking maybe 1 second later. But most of us know Maldives because of its and why you should do that? People use this technique in all sort of movies, documentary, TV series. You would find this everywhere if you pay attention to it. And why we should do that? Say if you're moving from one scene to other, it's completely new information to your audience. And if the audio and visuals, they come at the same time, they start at the same time, it's a lot of information to your audience to grasp at that point. But if I start the audio section a little bit earlier, my audience would already know that, okay, something new is coming. And they're gonna pay attention to that. And then the visual part comes. So if that makes sense. So just to avoid too much information to your audience at the same time, I use J-cut. And same with the L-cut. So when I'm gonna already start a new clip, I am gonna keep talking and already put the new clip on top of my audio line so that my audience would already see that section instead of me ending the whole clip and then starting a new clip. So here's an example of a scene with J-cut and L-cut. And a typical city in Maldives, it looks like this. But most of us know Maldives because of its exotic. And here's example of the scene without J-cut and L-cut. And a typical city in Maldives, it looks like this. But most of us know Maldives, and now you can choose which looks and sounds better. After editing, when you're exporting the video, export the video in the best quality possible. Even if you filmed in high definition, I would encourage you to export in 4K. If you don't know how to export in 4K, whatever software you're using, you can always check, you can always do a YouTube research. Because what YouTube does is that YouTube would always compress your videos. So it doesn't matter how good quality the video is, it's always gonna show the compressed version to your audience. That's why it's really important to export all the videos in 4K. I usually film in high definition because 4K would take so much space, and I export all the videos in 4K. And in editing, while you are color grading, keep the color grading close to neutral. I see a lot of people, they put like crazy heavy filters on their videos. And that just wouldn't go with the frame, because why cinematographers use those kind of color grading is because that suits the mood. If it's like a dark theme, it's gonna suit the mood of that place. It's gonna suit the mood. If it's like a really bright, it's gonna suit the mood of the video. Travel video is more sort of like happy, more sort of chilled video, you know, so it's good to put neutral, a little bit sort of creative color grading, but not super heavy, not super creative color grading. Because especially when you're vlogging, then your whole face would look like 10 different colors. You know, it can look really good in movies, but not in a usual vlog. So it's good to keep the colors as neutral as possible. Obviously, you can boost up the saturation, contrast and stuff to make it look more punchy, but try not to use those crazy colors in travel videos, unless you are making a cinematic film. And next section is thumbnails, which is hands down the most important part of a YouTube video. And now, for even my channel, once I have started to pay attention to thumbnail and give more importance to it, I am seeing increase in my views, and I am seeing increase in the click-through rate. because now we are putting some time to it, and I have a few tips for you. First thing, always take as many photos as you want at all different locations of the place where you're going to visit. And second, it's good to put your face in the video rather than just putting a landscape or just putting a building in the video. Because if you put a face in the video, if you put your face in the video, it just builds more trust and it just builds more connection to the audience. Or because if you just put a landscape, it would just look like a commercial video. Like if you see on YouTube, all the commercial companies or all the tourism companies, they would have videos which is just a landscape or a building or just a landscape. But all the personal vlogs, all the biggest and the best vloggers, they always have their face in the video. So even if you don't read the title, you know that, oh, this is this person. And that's when the text in the video comes in. We were really against in the beginning about text in the videos because it just makes everything looks messy. But we think that that's what works. Because even before you go to read the title of the video, you literally see the text in the video, so that literally like calls out everything that, okay, this person, and then there's a text. So this person exploring this place. So yeah, text is a bit of subjective matter, but if you are okay with putting text in the video, not too much can make your thumbnail look really bad, but a text in the thumbnail can make it more effective. And what tip I would give is that always choose a font type in the beginning and sort of put all your thumbnails according to that font. So if someone is impressed by your videos and if they come to your channel, then they would see all the videos, all the thumbnails with the similar text. So it just looks more professional and it's not gonna look super messy. So yeah, choose a particular font and use less text, but also not too less or also not too much. So just keep a balance of your face in the background, the place you're visiting, and the text. I wanted to do a little bit of revision of what all things we discussed in the class. So the first one, of course, the hook of the video. So I hope it's clear to you, and always make sure while editing or also while filming there that take as many B-rolls as possible so that you can put those in the hook of the video. Or if something funny happens, something special happens, put that in the hook of the video. And after that, say if you're going to location A, film yourself from your guest house, wherever you're staying, to going to location A. At the location A, film as much B-rolls, as much talking as possible at that place. Film whatever you're doing. And then after that, do not forget the thumbnail. And once you're done with thumbnail, give a conclusion to that place and then also talk a little bit about where you're going next. And then from that place to the next place, put some transition clips in between. And then same thing you repeat at place B. And then if it's a multiple day shoot, make sure to put like an ending clip of the evening, clip of night lights in the video, and then start again with day 2. And day 2 again, some morning shots. This is how the structure of the video would be. And then once you are ending the final vlog, you can do a conclusion that, okay guys, that was it for the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. So your audience would also sort of know that, okay, this video is about to end, rather than doing like an abrupt ending and writing the end. I've done that in the past. So yeah, always make sure to film conclusion. And sometimes if you forget to film conclusion, you can just do a voiceover. So now I will teach you how to upload a video and how to use TubeBuddy. It's a software. It's going to help the upload process more efficient. So let's jump on my laptop and then I'll show you. So guys, this is, of course, as you can see, YouTube, but the first thing we're going to do is to download TubeBuddy. So this is how you do it. So I'm just going to go to incognito window. So this is, yeah, just type TubeBuddy extension, and it's really easy to install in Chrome and it's really useful. So you go here and then you go install for free now, and then you can add TubeBuddy as the extension in your Chrome. And what it's gonna do is that, I'll show you. So if you open any YouTube channel or if you open any YouTube video, this is how the video would look. So I've just, yeah, so this is how my video is looking. So I am watching this video from this YouTuber Kara and Nate, and then I can see how many views there. Like I can see some information about their channel. It's here in summary, and this is the extension from TubeBuddy, so that's what it's doing. And it also shows what hashtags or what tags they have been using, which is also really important when it comes to YouTube. So, and you can also just copy these tags here to your tags if you are kind of making similar video. So these are the kind of information what we can get from TubeBuddy. And if you see their SEO score, it's 85 because they have done tags in title and description, tags in title, tags in description, total tags, title, words, and description. So all these things they have done it. So their SEO, which is search engine optimization, that's super high. So that gives their videos more opportunities to pop up higher if someone is searching if someone is searching, say, van life or winter van life. You know what I mean? So first, let's start with uploading videos. Uploading a video is really straightforward, but I would go to one of my videos and just show you how things look. So let's say 24 hours in Amsterdam. So I would go edit video. So once you have done uploading the video, this is how the page is gonna look, and all these things would be blank. And one tip I would give you to select the title of the video is that whatever things you are saying in the video, choose the title similar to that, because YouTube also kind of does voice recognition. So YouTube will also figure out that are they really talking about Amsterdam? Are they really talking about 24 hours in Amsterdam? Or are they really talking about autumn in Amsterdam? And then YouTube would think that, okay, the title is not a clickbait title and they are actually talking about Amsterdam in the video. So that's why it keeps the title very similar to what all things you have talked, or other way around. If you already know the title of the video, talk or repeat the title kind of twice or maybe 3 times or whatever times in the video. So sort of the voice of the video is matching with the title. And same thing with description. Whatever you are saying in the video, try to type something similar in the description of the video. And then places we visited, this is like, yeah, you can just put for extra information if someone is wanting to know what all places you had food, what all places you stayed, this, that. And then something which is really important is introduction, is the time framing. So if I show you the video, of course it's gonna, so if I show you the video, this is the time frame. So you see there's introduction here, and then we did like a rap music intro here, and then we did like Dam Square, all the places or whatever segments of your vlogs are, you can make different chapters on YouTube. And how you do it, if you just write in this format, so this is the minutes, seconds, what time that segment starts, and then you just put it here like in this format, and then in the final video it's gonna come like this, it's gonna appear like this. So I hope we are clear until now. And then also the hashtags you should use. Hashtags is not similar to the tags, but it's also really important to use hashtags, but not a lot. Like we use 3 to 5 hashtags and that's it. And then all my links of what all gear we use and this, that. And then I'm also linking my Instagram and stuff. It just makes it look very professional. But yeah, I mean, these descriptions are not important. Only the description on the top here. Whoa, I'm sorry. The description on the top is really important. It's totally up to you, but try to keep all the main things in the description as possible. Try not to be a bit lazy while putting the description as well. And then here it would show if your video is uploaded or no. And also something to consider when you're uploading in 4K, what YouTube does is that YouTube would show that the video is done uploading, but as soon as you make the video public, then you can see that the video is not playing in 4K or video is not playing in high definition. It's only playing in 360p. So for that, that's why you shouldn't upload it, and that's why you shouldn't make the video public as soon as the video is uploaded on YouTube. You should make the video public when it says here 4K the quality here, high definition complete, 4K complete, like that. If it's not complete, it's gonna say 4K processing or high definition processing. I had it like when I just started, that I uploaded the video in 4K, and my friends would say that, oh, this video is like really low quality, and then I re-uploaded again and again. And then I checked on YouTube that YouTube actually takes some time to process all the high quality videos. So it obviously depends on your internet speed, obviously depends on the traffic on YouTube, how many people are uploading the videos that time. So yeah, and then this would show if you have any copyright claim on the videos or no. Sometimes the video monetization due to copyright claim, sometimes whatever music you're using, they can block the video content in some countries. So that's why it's good to check in advance which music you can use in your videos, because we use like a rap song from a copyrighted place, but we knew this beforehand. But yeah, so here you can upload the thumbnails, then there's a playlist. It's not that important. The important part is here. So you see these tags. So if I just write Amsterdam, and then so you see, as soon as I'm typing Amsterdam, TubeBuddy is recommending these things. Amsterdam Red District Tour, Amsterdam Nothing Was Thieves, like things like that, because a lot of people are putting these tags, and these tags are getting them more views. So if I put these tags, where did it go? Amsterdam Red Light District. So like it's gonna just recommend all these tags, you know, and if you obviously buy the full version, it's gonna recommend you more tags. But there's also a really cool thing about TubeBuddy is that if you go to Keyword Explorer, and if you just go to Explore, type Amsterdam and Explore, then it's gonna show you it's gonna show you the thing that how many people are searching for Amsterdam. So if it's a little bit poor, which means that not a lot of people are searching for Amsterdam. So all these tags, we either put it ourselves or we got these video tag ideas from some other YouTube videos. So let's say if I go to YouTube and then say, you know, if I say go autumn in Amsterdam, our video is on number 4 here, even with say 11,000 views. And there's like videos with a lot of views and they would be ranked super low. So yeah, like this video 110k views, but it's ranked low. 500k views, oh that's some other thing. But yeah, things like that, you know. So you see this video, there's just 1.4k views, but that has ranked higher than us. So but still, what I wanted to show you, that say for example why this video has ranked higher, let's go and check it out. So if we see, so you see, I can check what tags they have put, and then I can also copy the tags which is similar to what my video is about. Because in this video, in our video, we're not talking about Cheese Factory in Amsterdam or Red Light District or Van Gogh Museum, so we would not put that, because then YouTube would get confused that, oh, this term was never said in the video, so why is it even there? So that's why I only put the tags which is very relevant to your videos. So I'm just gonna say copy from here and then paste it in my video. And then if you see these numbers gets updated as soon as you upload, as soon as you make the video public. So what these number means is that if someone is searching for autumn in Amsterdam, my video is gonna rank 5th. You know what I mean? So as soon as it says 5 here, which means that if someone is searching for autumn in Amsterdam, so you see my video is ranked 5th here. And if someone is searching for say 24 hours in Amsterdam or Amsterdam vlog, my video is number 9. So let's just check that. It's not 100% correct because it obviously depends on what kind of channel I'm watching. And if it obviously totally depends on what kind of channel I'm watching, but in general, like 70 to 80% of the time it's correct. So if you see, if I go here, my video, I don't think it's in, what was that? Amsterdam vlog, my video, I don't think it's on number 9, but it's kind of in the front, like maybe number 12 or so. So yeah, like even if you see like best food, best seat street Amsterdam, like these things are 39k, 119k, but our videos are higher than that. So yeah, that's here you can see the tag ranking where your video stands, and all these obviously depends on the description, the title, the other hashtags you have used, and yeah, things like that. So yeah, that's why you should use TubeBuddy, because this is what TubeBuddy is doing. It's not YouTube. This is not YouTube is doing. And then if you see here, this is also recommended tags that we can use, that TubeBuddy is recommending us according to what we have put before. So if I go here, so it's already gonna go there. But if I go say explore the Netherlands, and then it would show the overall score, and then here it would also show me the related searches, you know. So you can also put these tags if it's relevant to your video. So that's the thing about tags, and tags also helps your videos to rank higher. And then if I scroll down, this is not really important. You can just put the location. That's kind of important because people would know that this video is in Amsterdam. And then one more thing you should be doing is go to end screen. And what end screen, you might have seen a lot of times that so you might have seen a lot of times that these things appear. So whenever you are editing, maybe leave last 10 seconds as a blank screen so that you can put these in the last 10 seconds. But what's gonna happen is that if I just go, say, if I go element video, so you see the video starts from here, and here you can choose most recent video, best for viewers. I usually do choose specific video, and then I can choose, say, if it's a video about Amsterdam, so someone is watching my video who might be interested in Amsterdam. So if I have any other video, like say camping in Amsterdam, I can put that. And what's happening here is that if I bring the timeline scroller here, oh, where was it, camping in Amsterdam? So if I go, say, here, and then I play, then it says that my video, it says that this block, the video link, it's already gonna be here like 10-15 seconds before. But what I want to do is that just only be here, say 5 seconds before. So then I can have something like this. But I think that 3 is a bit messy. So what I would do is that if it's an Amsterdam video, I don't know why I did it, but I would sort of get rid of my Italy video, delete that, and keep this somewhere here. And this one you can choose as many videos you want, or you can just choose best for viewers. You can choose the playlist, what we have here, and yeah, you can choose as many as you want. But I would say try to keep to 2 videos, and you can also put 1 subscribe icon. So if you just go here and press subscribe, this round thing comes, so then people can either subscribe to your videos or go to some other channel. So yeah, and then once you're done with doing everything, then you check if it's still processing, you wait. If it's done processing, then you make it public and then save. So yeah, that's what TubeBuddy is doing, and it's actually a really good tool, because when I go to my video, then I can see the SEO score. So I hope it's good. Yeah, so you see SEO score is 95. So we have done sort of all the checklist, and then if someone else is coming to our video and if they use TubeBuddy, then they can check our SEO score, they can check what all things we have done to rank our videos higher. So wherever you're going to travel, type whatever. Say for example, if I type Italy, I go to say here. So I can also check this video and I can check their tags, but I would also check the videos which is popping out on the side, because most of the time what we do is that when we are watching these videos, we also sort of scroll. We don't go back and choose another video from the playlist. We go here and then we check, then we click again to the next video. And then for this one, I can also check the hashtags and just put all the tags which is relevant to your video. So that's it for TubeBuddy. It's a really helpful tool. Even if you're just starting with YouTube travel vlogs, I would really recommend to use TubeBuddy just to keep a good habit, and the more you use it, the more you're going to learn about it. And there's also, I believe that there's a lot of things to be learned if you buy the full version, but I would recommend to keep it to the normal version. It's still working out for us, even if you're using the normal version, so yeah. And once you're done uploading the video, always make sure to advertise the little trailer or the hook what you made for the video. Always make sure to share that on WhatsApp, on Facebook Messenger, on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts, so everywhere people know that you have uploaded a video. So obviously if you want everybody to see it. So that's just gonna, like, more than I think 10 to 20% of our views comes from external link, and that is from Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp as well. And now Instagram has also allowed us to use links so that you can make use of that. So yeah, always make sure to share a small trailer everywhere. And if you want to learn more about filmmaking, you can check out my other classes, and I will also make a lot more classes in the coming months if you want to learn more about filmmaking, vlogging, cinematography, and all that sort of stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.